Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to get ready on camera, but I'm not really doing a tutorial. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of real talk, like real emotions, things that have been weighing on me, updates on, that crying video, and just a lot of things that are going on in my life, and things that I just kind of want to get off my chest. So this is going to be kind of like a life update, just letting you guys know what's going on. I will leave everything on my face right now down below because I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm applying such and such or I'm doing such and such. I'm just going to get ready while I have a conversation with you guys. But I just want to give you guys a heads up that this isn't like a, oh, happy-go-lucky, like, oh, this is so much fun. It's just a very real get ready with me. So if you're not really interested in that, I know I don't share my life and my struggles and anything like that on camera, and it's not something that I'm going to continuously do, but it's something that I feel like I need to do right now. And no, this isn't like a huge my truth story or anything like that. It's just me venting, me talking, me telling you guys where I'm at, what's going on. So if you're interested in all that, just keep watching. So I have to admit, like, I'm a little nervous making this video. I actually have anxiety about it. So bear with me. I'm trying to figure out like where to start. And I think that the question people want to know the most is, like, you guys saw the divorce video and me bawling my eyes out. The biggest reason that I took that down was because I was watching it over and over and over and over and over again. I kid you not. Like, I would lay in bed and just watch it. It's like I wanted to wake up from a dream. It was, I don't know. It was like I was watching somebody else's life, but I knew it was me. It was very strange. And then things have changed. So we are working on each other, on our relationship, which I am so grateful for. I alluded to that, I think, in my favorites video. Some people caught on, some people might have not seen that video. But we are not like separated. We are not broken up. We're not filing divorce papers, anything like that. But yes, I took that video down because I don't want people to now think that that's still going on in that manner, but also because I was driving myself crazy. I was watching it too much. I'm not going to get into what happened, and for the most part, I try to keep the majority of my private life private, but I can tell you that communication is everything. If you do not communicate, you can't expect the other person to know what's going on in your head. And I realize the importance of that, and I think, he realizes the importance of that more than anything now. We had actually put our house on the market, like literally sign in the yard, sign at the end of our neighborhood, signed contracts, everything. And that was the day that we ended up talking for like 8 hours. And yeah, we decided this is not worth it. And I found out, a lot about him. He found out a lot about me. And to be honest, I had too much on me. I am very, very, very good about pretending. Like, I can go to work and act like everything's fine. I can act like I'm not in pain when I am in immense pain. There have been times at work where, especially after the fall, like this last fall, that I would just be like, oh, good, everything's go lucky, don't worry about it, you know, no, I'm about to have surgery, it's fine, I'm gonna have my shoulder surgery, then have my knee surgery, and then I ended up having to have another knee surgery on top of that, which was not expected. But, you know, I would be at work, and everything would be, you know, everyone would think, oh, it's fine. I'd be irritated about it, but it was fine, but really it wasn't. I would get in my car, and I'd be in so much pain, and I would cry the whole way home. You know, and I think that people think, you know, people, and you know how happy people are, and you know how, oh, like, oh, you're handling things so well. And I think that I expected that of myself. I expected to be able to take care of my kids, work, do YouTube, you know, take care of house stuff, and continuously have surgery. It was one after another after another. And if you guys don't know, I've had 19 surgeries. And then in between those, like, I don't want to get into my health. There have been some very scary things happening that I feel like I have gotten very angry about. Like, and you know, you're not angry around everyone else. You're angry at home where you feel safe and you can snap about little things, and you just, I would hold it in until the point where I couldn't hold it in anymore. And the thing is, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. And because of that, and because I feel like I was trying to do all of these things, I have to lessen my workload. My workload has got to be cut in half. So I have decided that I am no longer going to work for Nordstrom. I put in my notice, I don't know, maybe 5 days ago or so. I am going to do full-time YouTube. I'm going to make hours for myself. So I was doing a lot. I was really doing a lot, you guys. I know it probably seems like, oh, it doesn't take that much to do YouTube, but it really, really does. You know, you have to get ready, you have to film, you have to edit, you have to wait for the builders to quit building and be able to actually film. You have to wait for, at least for me, I have to wait for lighting. And like today, I'm just like, it's a rainy day, I don't care, I'm just gonna go ahead and film this because I wanted to get this off my chest. But I'm gonna stop doing it all night long, and I'm going to put a time frame on things. You know, no matter what, I really want to at least have 4 videos out, but if I can get 5, that is the goal. It just depends. And I have, you know, figured out that, hey, instead of doing 1 every day, do 2, you know, that kind of thing, and just trying to work around things. And Eric's really trying to help me, Puffin, with me quitting my job, because I pay my bills with my work money. But he is super supportive, and I am very grateful for that. Eric has been telling me for years and years and years, if you've watched any of like my get to know me or facts videos or anything like that, I started off as a stay-at-home mom. And then I started working only on the weekends for Mac whenever the kids got just a little bit older, then got a little bit older than that, and I started working the weekends and then 1 day a week, and then it slowly became full-time. And he kept telling me, well, you're only having surgery because you're doing too much. And, you know, I'd argue. I'm like, no. Like, I love what I do. I don't think it's because of that. And, you know, I'll never know. It could be just because I have hypermobile joints, you know. I don't know, but I realized the other day, I came home from work, and I'm only working now. It was 3 days a week. I've bumped it down to 2 days a week because I couldn't handle it. And he was like, hun, your knee is so swollen. And I looked down and I was like, I think that was the moment that I realized it's not worth it. It's not worth my health. It's not worth overloading myself with everything I'm trying to do. Like, I can't be this super person. Like, I can't do it all. I used to get questions, you know, how do you maintain family, your kids, your husband, your job, your YouTube, and everything else? And, you know, I thought that I was doing a good job, but really, I was doing too much. And I got to a point of depression. I've always had anxiety, always. And I got depressed. I got angry and I got depressed. And that's really hard to admit on camera. It's hard to admit, you know, in general. But I realized, you know, this happens to a lot of people. I had, when I was 18, I had a really bad bout. That's when the really bad thing happened to my knee. And I went from having 3 jobs to paying for an apartment and living in my boyfriend's mom's house while he was like joining the Marines. Like, it's this whole thing. And like, I just realized it's not worth it. It's not. YouTube has always been the main goal. You know, that's why I worked. You know, not initially. Initially, it was, you know, I just wanted to work at Mac. I wanted to get out of the house and I wanted to have friends and get outside of just being a mom. You know, my kids were really young then. And, you know, my oldest is 14 and in flippin' high school. She is in high school. I'm so proud of her and who she is becoming. But anyway, I'm going to get sidetracked. YouTube is what I want. And I feel like I've always worked really, really, really hard for YouTube. And I'm finally to the point now that I can do without the excesses. You know, Nordstrom, not only like am I risking my knee and my health and having to have more surgeries just because I want to work. Like, I can't do it anymore. I'm swelling. It's too much for me. But also, I don't need that extra money. I don't need it. You know, I need to be able to pay my bills. I need to be able to fund YouTube. And this is my passion. This is something that makes me happy, along with my motorcycle. So I'm not going to lose this. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, she's not going to film anymore because, you know, she's going through all this stuff. And it is. It's been really hard, like really hard. I've had days of just like, oh, everything's fine. And then I've had days where like I just question everything. But for the most part, like, I'm just very grateful. It's almost like I feel like this was something that needed to happen because things were getting out of control. And, you know, you guys don't see that. You don't see, you know, what happens after the camera. You see me excited about makeup. That's legit. Like, I'm always excited about makeup. And I've always been madly in love with my husband, always. And unfortunately, he didn't know that. And, you know, you can't put things above your family. And I've learned that as well. Learned it the hard way. My kids, everything. Like, I just have a lot of things into perspective right now. And that time, that whole experience, those tears that you guys saw, oh, they were definitely worse at times. But like, I think I needed that. I think we needed that. I think we needed to come back down and realize what is important in life. And it's definitely not high-end shoes and, you know, like, I will always have a luxury makeup addiction, but like, I don't need everything else. And I don't even need the makeup, but I'm just saying, like, all the extras that were coming along with it, they're just not necessary. If you can afford them or not, that's not the point. It's the, I know what is important. That's all I'm going to say. I told you guys this is going to be a real video. I'm not like, this is also another thing for me, like being this vulnerable on camera is like, it's so scary because I don't know what you guys are going to say. And I don't like, again, I know I said I don't like to look weak on camera or like for anybody. I like to look or appear strong. And that's not realistic. Everybody has good days, bad days, struggles, and it's okay to feel sad sometimes, or, you know, go through things. It's okay to do that. It really is. And, you know, I can accept that. Now, I want to talk about friends. And before I get into this, I am not being I'm not subliminally talking about anybody. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. If you think I'm talking about somebody, likely you have no idea who I'm talking about because you don't know all my friends. But like, I'm not being, this is just something I have to get off my chest, but it's not aimed towards person A, person B, person whoever. It's just something in general that I noticed. And I think also kind of played a part in my depression and what I was going through, and in my anger with having all these surgeries and constantly feeling like I'm healing. And I felt like I was healing on my own. Like, honestly, I was in, like, you guys were seeing videos, but I was in my bedroom in a bed. I had lost a lot of blood during my surgery, the last one I had, and I was alone. Like, I was just alone. And I would feel guilty with the kids and stuff, and I would want them to be able to go do things. So anyway, back to friends. I had so many what I consider to be friends tell me when I went out for my first surgery, which was in September of last year, tell me that, oh, I'm going to come see you. We're going to do this, this, or this. I'm so sorry. None of, like, you know, and I know people have their lives. And like I said, I don't want anyone to think that I'm talking specifically about you. Like, there's plenty of people that said this. It wasn't one or two. There was plenty of people that told me that they were going to be there for me. And then when it came down to it, it wasn't. That wasn't the case at all. And it shocked me. Like, I'm always that friend that I will do anything for you. If I consider you to be my friend, not an acquaintance. You know, I do things for acquaintances. I like to help with as much as I possibly can. But if you are my friend and I have considered you my friend, then I will do anything for you. If I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Point blank, period. So I had several people texting me, telling me, oh, I'm going to come see you. Or when you have your surgery, let me know. I'm going to da 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 da. And I would tell them that I would have my, that, you know, yeah, I had my surgery. And I wouldn't even get like a, I hope you feel better. Or the ones that said they were going to come see me. It never happened. And I think it made it, and I'm not going to cry. It never happened. None of them. You know, Kelsey was one of the only ways I ever got out of this house, was because Kelsey took me out, and it wasn't very much. So in an entire year's time, nobody had time to come to me. And I get it. I live out in the boonies, for goodness sake. And then I had like this girl, I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to embarrass her, but she's made such an impact on my life. And the fact that I know that she exists and that, like, what she has said to me is so true. This is a subscriber. I met her last year. So it was during, I was working at Nordstrom, and I remember her coming up to me and being like, "You're Puffin's wife." And she had her little boy with her. And I will never forget, it's the cutest thing. She goes, "What do we say when we watch her videos?" And he was playing this little game, and he looks up, he goes, "Hey, beauties." And then he looks back down, and my heart, oh my God, my heart, it was so warmed. It was amazing to me. It was the cutest stinking thing. She brought me a birthday present after meeting me that day. And I was just like, "You don't even know me. You, like, how?" you don't know me. And she brought me this birthday present, and it was from Free People. Like, I love Free People, and it was just, I don't know. She's like, I think your favorite color is black. You wear a lot of black. My favorite color is black. So like the little things that she picks up on when she's never even met me, and the way that she went out of her way to do something kind. And this wasn't when I was going through anything or anything like that. She just did it. And I will never forget that. Well, this same girl, after my video, I had stayed at my mom's for a little while, and I remember I had come back to drop off Diesel, and I was on my way back to my mom's, and I had just had one of those really bad conversations where I was just left heartbroken, and she called me on my work phone, and I don't answer my work phone. Like, I just don't do it. It's for text messaging only. It's to help people, you know, and you guys helping me with sales and stuff like that. And I saw her name pop up, and I answered the phone. I'm not going to cry, but she was like, Mel, I know you don't know me. She's like, but I am there for you. And after all of my friends, not all of my friends, I need to get that out because it's not all of my friends. After being so let down by so many people, and like my friends not reaching out to me after seeing that, and I know that they've seen it because now, you know, they're like, oh, I saw your video, that they see me in person. You know, I guess it's awkward to not acknowledge something in person. But she was just like, I am here for you. I will, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I am here for you. Like, you need anything, you let me know. And I bawled my eyes out. I mean, bawled my eyes out. You know, I wasn't even crying at the time. I think I took my makeup off the forehead. Oops. I wasn't even crying at the time that she called. You know, I think I was listening to music, and what she said to me, and I know she meant it, just was so caring, so generous, and I'll never forget her. And then she came in with another birthday present because, you know, I was gone. I had surgery on May 21st was my knee replacement. Eric was in Puerto Rico. I was here, and my birthday was August 5th. So anyway, she brings me this scarf. And she doesn't know this, but it's a scarf I've been wanting for such a long time. And she brought me candy, and it's my favorite candy. Like, it's Lindor chocolate and Ferrero Rocher in this beautiful bag. And she was just so warm-hearted. Like, there's people like that exist. And I love her. Like, I absolutely love her. I gave her my real number. I was like, you know, I'm not going to be at Nordstrom past September, if I can even make it that long. If I could ever do anything to her, for her, to repay her, I absolutely would. But it is shocking to me, like, the fact that you think you know people, or you think that people are going to be there for you, and then they're not. But then all you guys and the amount of love that you gave me was just so, again, it was so heartwarming. You know, and I don't want anything bad to be said about my husband. You guys don't know what happened, and I'm not going to spill the tea on the internet. The fact of the matter is that, you know, we are working out, and I wholeheartedly believe that this is something that we're going to be able to get through, and we're working together. And that's all that matters. And no, I am not changing my name back. I know that was going to be like the next question. And there's a lot of reasons for that. You know, a lot of people like the more professional approach. I get it. You know, I kind of do too. But then if something were to happen, I can't go through it again. I don't think I would have made that crying video had I not had so many people asking me, you know, what happened to Puffin's wife? You'll always be Puffin's wife. I like Puffin's wife better. Or, oh, I love the name change. You know, that's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. I couldn't take it. Oh my God, I couldn't take it. It was awful. And I know, like, again, I wholeheartedly know nobody meant anything bad by it at all. I'm not holding any grudges. And to my friends that I wanted to be there that weren't, I'm not holding any grudges to you either. It's just something, like, I guess I noticed. And I really wish that the situation had been different. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions. I know there's a lot of powder everywhere, sorry. About the Tutti Frutti collection. So, I'm not doing it. And the reason behind that is because I was in the middle of filming that video. Like, I have a whole eye look done minus like lashes and like the completed actual thing when one of the worst parts of the whole thing happened. And it's like, I don't even want to say it. And for me, looking at that, like, I don't even watch videos. I do not watch videos. I don't look at the collection. I don't do anything. Like, it's like I can't look at it, think about it at all, because it triggers bad thoughts in my head. So I'm not doing it. And I know I told you guys that I was, but and absolutely will not do it. I can't handle it. I apologize. I bought so much from that collection, but it's not happening, you guys. What I can tell you, just based off like the very first little tutorial I did, I used that pink purple, I don't remember what it's called, but I used that one. And the only thing I can remember, honestly, is that I liked the first 3 shades in there. And then like the purple was a little weird, like that. I think there's a light purple and then the darker purple. The light purple is a little weird. It's a different kind of texture for the metallics. So that's about like all I can tell you is that I love the first 3 shades, and then the other ones are a little questionable in the palette. That's about it. That's really all that I even remember anyway. It's like everything happened so fast and I was done. Now, I'm not going to give you guys my truth for the beauty community, but there is something that I do want to say, and people either love me or hate me for this. I don't care either way. It's just my opinion. I do believe that especially larger influencers, you're reaching a large audience and you are basically just like a commercial. So you should get paid for your commercial. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't necessarily agree with the amount. I do believe that some people are getting a little bit greedy. I don't think that that's necessary. And I think the biggest reason why I feel that way is because, to me, this is just my opinion and how I personally feel about it. If you think about, obviously brands are going to have to spend money on advertisement on TV, right? They spend a whole lot of money. So, okay, why not spend that much money on a YouTuber? Okay, fine. Spend that much money on a YouTuber. But the thing is, I think that they need to find a YouTuber who already, honestly, wholeheartedly, never had a sponsored video with it before, wasn't paid to make any kind of anything, maybe bought the product on their own, have them do a video. And the reason behind this is because if you think about an ad campaign on TV, a commercial, you know, you're not going to get any negatives out of it. It's going to be all the positives, you know, oh, drink this because it's so much better, blah, blah, blah. You know, Coke versus Pepsi, whatever it is, you're not going to get anything bad out of it. It's going to be a completely biased commercial. It's going to be in 100% support of that company's product. So to me, there is a trade-off. If a company is going to spend that much money, why would they spend that much unless the person is willing to say nothing but good things? That I don't like. Like, you can't give the pros and cons. And I'm not saying that that's for everybody or that every company is that way. But to me, in my head, if you are getting paid $60,000 for a sponsored video, a review, or whatever, I don't think that a company would pay that and be okay with you saying, okay, I love this concealer, but honestly, this other one is better and it's cheaper. Or, I love this concealer, but the shade range is terrible. I love this concealer, but it only lasts 8 hours on me. I don't see, and I could be completely wrong. I've never done a sponsored video. I'm definitely not to that $60,000 mark, you know, but that is how I see it in my head, is that if you are getting paid that much, why would a brand ever be okay with anything other than a commercial? And that's just what I think personally. And I'm not saying that beauty influencers don't deserve to get paid. You do. 100% you do. This is a lot of work. If you have a following, well, then you're reaching out to people, and brands have the money for advertising, this, or this. But I personally, for myself, feel so much more comfortable getting a product sent to me and reviewing it honestly. And I think that companies should quit taking people off of PR if they do so. Like, that's just what I think, you know. You should be allowed to say what you actually think, or just don't make a video. I don't know, but PR is fine by me. But the other way around, I don't really agree that you're getting the full scoop if somebody is getting paid that much, because to me, it is a commercial. And one more time, just so that we're clear, I do not believe that every single person that has ever been paid that much, you know, does anything bad or sketchy or this or that. I'm not calling anybody else by name. I don't even have any names that come to mind when I'm thinking about that. It's just my opinion on the matter, just because it's been such a hot topic. So just to wrap the video up, I'm probably gonna do like my mascara and lips off camera, but I just wanted to update you guys, let you know that I appreciate all the worries that you guys have had and all the prayers you guys have had for me, thinking about me and my family. You know, I really do have a whole lot of gratitude for you guys, and I wanted to update you guys so that you weren't so worried. This is going to be a long process, but I think a lot of good changes are being made, and hopefully with me, you know, not going to be working for Nordstrom anymore, or I don't have really plans to go work anywhere else where I'm going to go run around or do anything like that. I want to calm down. I want to give my joints a break. They need a break. They need a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. You get it. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. I'll be right back. All right, so I finished off the look. Again, everything will be listed down below. I hope that this wasn't like depressing for you guys or anything like that. I know that it was just a lot, but I really feel like I needed to say it. I was thinking about it all night last night, and it feels good to get it off my chest. At the beginning of the video, I was like a little bit anxious. I felt like that tightness in my throat and that tightness in my chest, and I don't feel that now. So for at least for me, this felt good. I hope you guys, feel like you were let in a little bit. Again, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. Please don't have any kind of judgmental remarks about things. Like I said, I'm not going to go into my marriage on, camera, but I'm very happy with where things are going right now. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. And that, eventually here soon I will be a full-time YouTuber. So that's good news. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you did, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.